lackadaisical. We had a big lead, and we kind of, just fell back a little bit. And that's the thing. We focused on that in the beginning of the season, and we kind of didn't do that anymore. But we kind of got back to doing that.
You guys just talk about what do you know about Duke and yeah, I mean I guess in terms of size at least they are kind of similar to Syracuse, maybe not as athletic.
Yeah, we know they have a very good team. They like the pressure on defense. They like to gamble, go for a lot of steals. They play hard the whole game. We just know that we got to come out and defensively do our best because we think we can guard anybody in the half court. If we do our best, I think we can.
Regarding last year's game against Duke at Cameron, what stands out the most in your memory about that game?
I think they kind of bullied us. Not saying that we were soft, but they kind of bullied us. They played tougher than us, and I think if we would have played tougher than them and kind of executed more offensively, we wouldn't execute them too much. I mean, it was just tough. It was real tough, like I said before.
And Greg's in foul trouble. Does that take away a lot of the aspects of your interior game?
I mean, it does because he's a big part of our offense too. So just to lose him to foul trouble was really tough too.
Did length play a factor at all?
Kind of, but not really. It was just that. It was just something that we couldn't control. We weren't hitting those shots. It was just something that was, like I keep saying, it was tough for us. We just wouldn't hit those shots in the later stages of the game, man. They were just playing really well.
Okay, what about Chris Joseph's game? How has it advanced?
He's deadly in transition. And we weren't getting back on the transition, and he was just feeding off of that.
That game last year against Duke kind of started a little bit of a slide for you guys, and things didn't turn out the way you wanted them to do. What's different this year, do you think?
I'm just not going to dwell on that game. If we lose one game, we don't want to dwell on that. Just come out and play harder in the next game and try to come out with a victory. So we don't want to play into what happened last year, so we just want to focus on this year and just try to get the victory
Didn't get a chance to talk about your Syracuse. On balance, how do you look back on that loss?
It's definitely a tough loss. Definitely a game that we wanted to win, but they played real well that day. We couldn't quite figure out the zone in that game. I think we just couldn't get back in it.
Did you guys feel like did they change something once it went to 14-0, or did you guys? It looked almost like to me like you couldn't read. You were like surprised that it just kept working. That whatever you were doing was working.
I don't think that zone is always good. We were just executing really good, but I don't think they changed anything. I just think they just turned it up. The fans got into it, and I think we kind of lost our focus for a little while. We got too relaxed. I think that's fine.
Do you guys, every time that you guys have lost previous to this, you've come back and played even better. I mean, do you feel like you're able to do that this time around too?
I'm hoping so. We definitely are ready for this game. We're getting ready. We still have to go over some things with our coach, but the emotions of this game are high. The team is refocused after that loss. I think it did. I think that game did refocus us, as most losses do. I think everybody is very excited to be here and ready to get back on the court and try to get another win.
What do you remember most about the loss to Duke at Cameron last year? I assume it's your phantom foul.
I mean, of course that's going to be the thing I remember. It was what it was. That was last year, so. That's definitely the memory I have from it.
Was that ever explained to you, like in the days that followed, or weeks, or?
No, people on the bench know it wasn't me.
Right.
But my coach was saying it was more or less a token of the things I was doing, on the court, they made calls and stuff like that. So being too emotional, after they made calls, he said it's more of them, seeing that than anything. So I think, after that, kind of, started controlling my emotions more. I think it's helped out.
So that was the lesson in a way, to not be as demonstrative on the court in your disappointment?
Yes.
And no fan ever emailed you later and said, "I apologize, it was me"?
Oh, no, nobody ever
He
did
never,
that.
he never came forward?
No.
Do you think anyone in Cameron would do that?
Well, it was supposedly a Georgetown fan.
Oh, it was a
It was
Georgetown.
right behind the bench.
Yeah.
Have you ever like taken a breath and sat back and looked at just the pace of this schedule and you look at what you guys did before the Big East started, and then you get a break from the conference and this is what you feel?
I mean, like it's the Big East. That's not any break there or any breaks in the Big East. We have to, every game has to be at your best if you want to be successful in this league. So this is Duke. They're a good team. We're going to go into it just as another. They're a great team. We're going to go into this game as any other game. So focus. This is a very good team. We'll try to get one at home.
How do you compare?
And it supposedly came from behind. It did seem to kind of turn the game.
I'm not going to get in trouble. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. It was the ref made a call, and it is what it is. That was last year. No need to go into detail.
Well, all right. I'm going to ask about last year, but you spin this forward to this year.
Okay.
That loss at Cameron seemed to kind of trigger a tough slide for you guys. So what about this group is it that's going to keep the Syracuse loss from heading you down that road?
Well, I think this year is in a way we're a little different. We kind of understand that, we talked about before the season that it's going to be a lot of, ups and downs in the season. And we talked about how there's going to be good wins and there's going to be bad losses. And yesterday was a bad loss. And we just had to continue to work hard every day in practice and bounce back. And I think that's something that we've been, doing pretty well this season. And it's something that we want to continue to try to do with this game.
One of the stats that keeps getting pointed out is that when you don't score double figures, you guys don't win. So can you just talk about that? I mean, have you noticed that?
Nah, not really. I haven't really noticed it. I noticed that we don't play well, but nah. I'm sure we won a game without me scoring double figures.
I think you all 1-4.
1-4.
Yeah.
Well, we won one, so it's not necessarily me scoring. It's just me playing well and doing things out there to help us, to get over the edge. I think, it's not a secret that I'm a valuable asset on this team, but I don't think it's necessarily for me to score. It's just for me to run the team and make sure that everything runs smoothly. And I understand that, and that's no problem with me. As long as we win and as long as we take care of business, the rest will take care of itself.
Was there something in particular that for you that wasn't running smoothly on Monday night?
Well, I just think that offensively, I think it was partially my fault. I'm the leader, so I have to take responsibility for it. It's just that we didn't execute. We didn't execute the way we wanted to, and they made some big plays and got on transition, and we had a few miscommunications. But that's just the way the game goes. It was a tough game. It's a very loud crowd, and so it's not that played a role in the game. It's just something that we had to be aware of, and that in games like that, I think we need to be a little bit mentally tougher. And physically, I don't think they did anything that was out of our scheme or. At Syracuse, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. They run certain plays for certain guys, and they score. So I don't think it's anything that we haven't seen yet, and it's just a matter of us trying to stop it. And we are unfortunate that we didn't stop it.
That should really be considered the only time, even with the other losses, that's the only time where the issue is mental toughness. Really,
it is. It's something that we try to pride ourselves on. Even when we get down, we want to claw our way back in the game. Just inch our way back in the game. And it's something that we've done in the past, and we just didn't have it. It's been we were on a long stretch too as well. So maybe fatigue played a role in that, maybe it did, but it's something that we had to understand that it's part of the game, and we had to try to figure out ways to